Port Jefferson Village is in the process of updating its master plan for the first time since 1987. A major portion of this plan includes the revitalization of the rundown uptown sector. There's been a growing disconnect between the downtown historic buildings and uptown's business district. With its many empty storefronts, Mayor Margot Garant wants to polish the uptown and make it more appealing for both residents and visitors.
Part of what we're trying to do with the revitalization plan is you can see the Main Street corridor is highly trafficked, and we have a lot of retail and apartments above, retail, mixed use. And, then there's a lot of vacancies up here, so we're trying to make sure that we're creating the right incentives in the code to bring back the right types of merchants and retail businesses that we want.
Mayor Garant has been in the office for about 8 months. She helped to develop a proposal to give the uptown district a facelift. A comprehensive planning committee was created to look at the plan from the point of views of both businesses and residences. The group and Mayor Garant have looked at what each space is used for.
They do already have apartments above, so we definitely want to keep, a lot of the residential community involved. We want to make sure that, the type of residences that are coming and living here, that they have the services that support their needs. And you can see, just a half block away, we start to have little bungalows and little residential dwellings.
The uptown area stretches from North Country Road and Sheep's Pasture to the South Gate at the Long Island Railroad. According to a recent study, only 20% of the properties are being used for what they are zoned for. For example, there are a number of retail stores on the first level and residential apartments on the second. Phase 1 of the plan is rezoning each of these spaces. The second phase will take a look at the entire master plan for the village. Barbara Sabatino is the owner of the Army and Navy store on Main Street and sits on the planning committee. The group is taking a look at where it wants the village to go in the next 30 years as part of the plan.
Do we want to see some growth? Do we want to see modified growth? Do we want to see a quaint little village, or do we want to go in another direction?
The uptown area has also been affected by the current state of the economy. Approximately 50% of storefronts are vacant. In fact, this entire strip is empty.
That type of depression it's not good for the village, so you want to somehow revitalize it.
The planning board met with 3 consultants on March 22nd and hopes to have one picked out by early April. The board is also looking for public input.
What we're looking at doing is probably a charrette, which is a planning process that lasts over several days, where people come in and give their input. It's a good thing because people participate in it, so that when it comes down to adopting it, they're going to be supportive of it.
The Board of Trustees has set aside $100,000 the past couple of years for the project, and the mayor has already saved $50,000 in this year's budget. She says she has high hopes for the future.
And it's a vibrant uptown district, so we want to make sure the growth remains in the scale, and that we're getting the types of merchants and the types of professional offices and the types of residences that are going to fit the scale of the community.
The project should last a total of 18 months, with the first 6 months focusing on the revitalization and the remaining 12 to connect the uptown and downtown districts in the master plan. For Stony Brook News, I'm Anthony Dobrini.